What's going on, everyone, and welcome to another statue unboxing. And today we've got something a little bit different. We've got an RFXJ figure by Kotobukiya. Now this is the first time I've got one of these statues or figures. This time I've got a Kaneki, the awakened version, so 1/8 scale pre-painted figure. Now I've been meaning to get some Tokyo Ghoul figures. I don't actually have any statues or any figures. It's a really cool series. I was late to the series. It's been out for quite a while now. I only watched it the other year. Yeah, it comes in a really cool art box. As you can see, it's quite a bit bigger than the Figart Zero. Now the Kotobukiya statues are generally a little bit dearer than the Figart Zero. A bit more like the Mega House statues. They're a bit similar to them in terms of quality and size. There was some Yu-Gi-Oh ones I was meaning to get, the Egyptian gods, but I've not got around to getting any of them yet. Yeah, you can see the eye there. Some really cool detail on the box. Ken Kaneki with his Kagane. And as you can see there, you can see some of the mouth, or Ken Kaneki's mask that he has. But yeah, let's get this open. Yeah, as you can see, some of the mask detail, and there's also Ken Kaneki's eye that we could see on the back of the box. But yeah, as I was saying, I was pretty late to the series. It has been out for quite a long time. It's quite a popular anime and manga. I have seen online that a lot of people seem to hate everything after the first season of the manga. All the other adaptations, a lot of people online seem to hate. I don't mind it too bad, but then again, I haven't read the manga, so I don't know the differences between the manga and season 2 and season 3 and so on. I did like some of the characters from season 3 and season 2, like I liked when the owl came into it. Now this version of the figure is the awakened version, as it says on the box, so it's supposed to come with a second head. Now when I first ordered it, they didn't actually send this, so I messaged them and they ended up sending this in a separate order. But the awakened version should come with 2 heads. Now let's get this open and get him out. There he is, Ken Kaneki. That's got some plastic on each of the like tentacle things off his Kagane, and I do call him the centipede later in the series in reference to his Kagane. It is pretty cool. I do like his Kagane. People in the show all have different ones. Like I was saying, I do really like Ken Kaneki's Kagane. It is really cool. It's one of the more interesting ones in the show. Although my favourite is probably Shu Skiyama. Maybe not, don't know whether his Kagane is my favourite, but if Ken Kaneki's got my favourite Kagane, but my favourite character in the show is Shu Skiyama. Now I don't really have any statues of him or anything, but I do have a McFarlane Toys figure, action figure of Shu Skiyama. And there's the Shu Skiyama figure. So this is a pretty cool figure. I just happened to come across this in a like a souvenir shop, not souvenir shop, like it had trading cards. It had like a merchandise shop. It had all sorts of figures. It had anime, along with like Aliens, Predators, all different types of movie franchises, all sorts of figures, wrestling figures, Spawn figures, all sorts. And they just happen to have a couple of these, which I haven't seen in any of my local comic book stores. That's a really cool figure of Shoe Scammer. It's the only one I've got. I've got a few McFarlane Toys figures, but no Tokyo Ghoul ones. Yeah, like I said, he's probably my favourite character in the show. At first I wasn't too enamoured with him. He wasn't like my favourite character, but yeah, he sort of grew on me as the season progressed. I do really like him. I think he's pretty cool whenever he's on screen. And yeah, his Kagene's pretty good. I do like when you first get to see him fight Ken Kaneki, and he's obviously a bit fascinated with Ken Kaneki and constantly wants to taste his blood. Yeah, as you can see, this is a really cool figure. A bit bigger than the Figure Art Zero figures. I know some of them can be big as well, but in terms of the actual, like Ken Kaneki's actual size from his feet to his head, if he was stood up straight, a bit bigger than some of the other figures. And as you can see, he's got the handcuffs attached to his feet and his hands. So this will be from the scene towards the end of season 1 when he fights Jason. Jason was also quite an interesting character, quite powerful, quite horrible and evil really, but he ended up breaking Ken Kaneki, but all that did is ended up leading to Jason's inevitable death at the hands of Ken Kaneki. Maybe if he didn't get him to go down a route, he might not have been as bad. Also, that's pretty cool as well. I didn't know you could. So you can actually take Ken Kaneki's Kagane out. Take the other one out too. Like that. So yeah, you could just have him still fighting Jason before he takes his Kagane out, and you could just have his normal head on. I'm probably going to keep the mask on. There we go, there's Ken Kaneki's overhead. Plastic. Go ahead and swap them over, see what they look like. Oh, it feels a bit stiff in there. There we go, that's come out. Now that was actually quite stiff to get out. It felt like it wasn't going to come out. I thought I was going to end up breaking it. But yeah, there's the eye patch Ghoul. The famous one-eyed Ghoul. It's quite cool, quite detailed. I like the effects he has on his eye. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and put this one on. And there we go, Ken Kaneki without his mask on. He's still got his one eye lighting up red, but it's not like it is there. But yeah, there's Ken Kaneki before his Kagane comes out. But yeah, that's a really cool figure. I didn't know the Kagane can come off, but like I said, I won't be keeping that off, and I'll be using the other head as well with his famous mask. Get that slotted in there and put his Kagane back on. So yeah, like I said, it's quite a popular show. It's quite divided in terms of, well, the anime anyway, more after season 1. I don't think people are too fussed with season 1. I think it's quite popular and people don't mind the direction that went in terms of going from the source material. But from what I've been reading online, a lot of people aren't happy with season 2 and season 3, which are Tokyo Ghoul RE. But yeah, the other ones are Tokyo Ghoul RE and Tokyo Ghoul VA. They're the other series that people don't really like too much. Now, I didn't mind them. I liked when the owl was in it and some of the other stuff that goes on in the series. I won't go into it too much, but I didn't mind it. But then again, as I've said earlier in the video, I haven't read the manga, so I don't know the differences and how much how much of a different direction it goes on from the source material. But season one was quite good. Did like season one. As we know, Kaneki was a normal schoolboy at first, but ended up getting attacked, and Kaneki ended up taking part of her power and ended up becoming the first, as we're aware, or what's known in the manga or the anime, to be the first one-eyed ghoul hybrid. There's not really much other ones, but I think we do see some other hybrids later on. There is some other people who do want to create their own versions, but Kaneki is the original one-eyed ghoul, and it's quite a violent show. Like, remind a bit like, I don't know, like zombies or vampires that have to feed on human flesh to survive. I know we see at the coffee shop where he works, they have blood there to feed the ghouls and that, so they're not going out at night attacking humans, eating humans. So that's where Kaneki spends most of his time, apart from make changes a bit in season 2. As Kaneki ends up getting taken in by the CCG, and ends up being turned on their side, although he's forgot most of his memories because of the fight that he had at the end of season 1. Or was it season 2? No, actually, at the end of season 1 when he fights Jason. But yeah, they end up getting him to join the CCG when he forgets his memories and goes by a different name. But he ends up remembering, and he ends up still doing his finger cracking like he does, as you see there. He's doing his iconic finger cracking, which he learns from Jason. And now we have it, my first RFXJ statue by Kotobukiya. Like I said, it's quite a cool statue. I might have to get some more from this figure line. I don't know how many other ones to do. I know they do quite a few different ones, but I don't know whether they do ones from some of the animes I'm into. I don't know if there's any Bleach ones or Hunter x Hunter ones. Like I know there's Yu-Gi-Oh ones, and I know there's some from a few other franchises. Like they have Attack on Titan ones. They have yeah, I can't think of what other ones, but I know they have Attack on Titan. They do Demon Slayer. I've got this from Tokyo Ghoul, but I've not seen any other ones from Tokyo Ghoul. But yeah, there's no like Hunter x Hunter. I don't know whether, or they might do Jujutsu Kaisen ones. I'll have to have a look. But yeah, please give us a like and subscribe and stay tuned for many more statue unboxings.